Okay. And there's the world of big data. Lots of people in big data seem to think that you don't have to do any data quality. Does anybody believe that? Because that is so wrong. You know, you've got to get the right amount of quality even with big data. Does anybody know who this guy is? Who is it?
I don't know his name, but I know
Mr. Data. So he's from Star Trek. He's called Mr. Data. So the Americans would think this was hilarious. Okay. And data quality is just one of the disciplines of data management. Data management isn't just one thing. It's got many, many, many different disciplines. Okay. So we looked at data governance a couple of months ago. We're going to look at data modeling up here. Later on, we'll do data integration. But this is what we're talking about right now. We're talking about data quality. Okay. It's important as well to realize that it's not just the disciplines of data management, but there's some what we call environmental elements, and those are business concerns that go across the whole organization. And I've highlighted something particularly important up here that I know many of you will face, is organization and culture. So you could have a very good data quality software, you could have good data governance processes, but if you are in an organization where it is a very centralized management style, you could not take those same approaches and apply them one into the other. And secondly, and I say this with the greatest respect here in the kingdom, is that people have to actually believe, I'm going to bang, I didn't want to bang the microphone, people have to believe it in their heart, and they have to get off their backside and do some work to make this happen. They can't just sit back and let it just drift over them. Okay, so, and I see a few smiles, you know what I'm talking about, So, we've really got to recognize that to make all of these things work, we have to know what the organization structure, what the organization model is, and what the culture, the acceptance of change is. Okay? Yeah? And I bet you've seen, that kind of thing in many areas before. So data quality management, we're going to look at data quality specifically, data quality and data quality management. Data quality management is the whole processes, activities, etc., for ensuring data quality. But bizarrely enough, I said here, poor data quality management does not always mean poor data quality. And you might think, how crazy is that? Okay. But it's a bit like saying you don't have to study in order to pass your exams. Okay? You might be just like so awesome and so lucky that you pass your exams anyway. Okay? But best practice says you should revise, you should attend the lectures, you should study, you should do the past papers, and then you've got a much, much better chance of passing the exams. Okay? Do we all agree? And the same is true with data quality management. You might be so lucky that the quality of your data in your organization was good enough, even though you didn't have data quality management activities in place. But the truth of the matter is that very, very rarely happens. So it's much better to do these things. It's much better to have good data quality management so we know what is the level of our quality. Is it going up? Is it going down? What's the benchmark right now? What activities have got a positive benefit and what activities have no benefit? So data quality management is there to set the right direction for our data. Okay. Has anybody ever seen the Dirty Harry movie, Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry movie? Yeah? So that's what he says. He has the gun there, and he says, do you feel lucky? So that's what we're talking about here. You know, do you feel lucky that you've got good enough data? Because if you don't feel lucky, then you're in the right place, because we're going to talk about the processes and some of the activities. Okay, so just have a think, very briefly. What kind of data have you got at home? Think out loud. You don't even have to put your hand up, just shout. What kind of data might you hold at home?
Pictures.
Pictures, good. Text, but text of what?
Information.
Like books, so yeah. Anybody got online banking? Yeah, have you got that details at home? Well, there's one. Okay. Anybody got a passport? Yeah, got that at home? Doesn't have to be electronic data, by the way, because data is still data, whether it's electronic or paper or something else. Yeah, that's a good one, the food content. I hadn't put that one down. So here's the kind of things that you might have. You know, home insurance, house, bank statements, credit cards, photographs, etc., qualifications, certificates. So this is, you know, examples of stuff you might have at home. What data have other people got about you or your family? Yeah. School attendance records. Yeah. Has anybody been clicked on a camera, you know, a traffic camera? Yeah? Have you, you naughty person? God, how terrible is that? Okay, so yeah, some government agency has that, has that photograph. When you've gone through the airport, you know, that kind of stuff. So there's lots of stuff. Pension, loyalty points. Anybody got any airline loyalty cards? So all of that kind of stuff. So this is the type of data that you might have. That might be held, you know, by other people. We ask ourselves the question: what's the worst that could happen to the data? You know, all of that type of data. If the worst if the worst happens, what could possibly happen to that data, or through the inappropriate use of that data? All sorts of stuff. Yeah, lost privacy, identity theft. There's many cases, things like, you know, pension funds. There was a big issue in Europe, in the UK, that some people's pension funds were transferred to the wrong people. So all the money from your bank account comes to me because we look so similar. You know, we could be brothers, you know. You could lose all of your loyalty points. You can have identity theft. Oh, I said that, didn't I? Identity theft. So all of these kind of things could help. You know, could happen. And these are not just theoretical. These really do happen. I'm sure you've seen these in the press. You know, about these kind of disaster stories that occur, you know, all around the world. And I've got several examples. And depending on how much I want to talk about them, I'll put some of these examples